I don't think I can speak honestly at all this morning. I'm blaming it on the full moon. Just one of us. Pick one.
Okay.
Pick your favorite, Zimmy or Chooch. Pick your favorite showdown. All right, let's get into the Bestie Tales. He starts saying, you need to come back tomorrow and we can cook dinner together. And he starts asking about foods I don't like. I go, yeah, I'm not a fan of mushrooms. To which he replied, oh, that makes sense. They resemble the texture of human flesh. Welcome back to Bestie Tales. Back again, you guys. Before we hop
it again.
Oh, I was just about to read a little ad, but if you wanted to continue to go off, go off. Say
No,
what you
it's
need to
okay.
say. Say what you need to say.
I need to clear my throat because I'm working on not having vocal fry.
Yeah, she's got crazy vocal fry. I don't even know what's happening, you guys. We're going to get into it, but let me read this ad really quickly. This episode is sponsored by TLF Apparel. You guys know how much I love TLF Apparel and these oversized sweatshirts. Both Chooch and I are wearing them right now. If you guys are watching the video, you can see. My favorite thing about these sweatshirts is that they are unisex, so anyone can wear it, which we love that, especially with me and Nash. We both wear these sweatshirts. We usually get size large, extra large, and if you girl math this, it's technically like a 2-for-1 deal. You buy one, you and your mans get to wear it. It's the best. So go ahead.
I was just going to say, but in our case, a 3-for-1.
A 3-for-1 because all the roomies can wear it. Use code TLF-SophiaP at checkout to save 15% on your order. That is TLF-SophiaP at checkout. I don't think I can speak honestly at all this morning.
I know that's a tough one.
That was terrible. That was just a terrible start. But you guys, the full moon, I'm blaming it on the full moon.
Everything that we can
I'm blaming it on the full moon.
on the full moon.
I'm tired. And what's crazy is that I've been saying this for the past couple days, but I mean, my mind is always going a lot faster than my mouth is, but I have not been able to speak legibly or speak
legibly.
I haven't been able to fucking speak. Point proven.
That's like writing.
Legibly is right. Is legibly a word?
Yeah, it is.
Legibly.
It's legible.
So
can you
legible? Yeah.
But that has nothing to do with speaking.
Yeah, okay. So what am I trying to say? What's the word?
I think
I can't speak.
You're kind of illiterate.
Illiterate.
No, that's reading. Can't read.
Okay, so we're both illiterate and unlegible. Whatever that means. If this intro doesn't describe how we feel.
I feel like genuinely the only thing that's getting me through is Love Island USA.
Okay,
I'm not even gonna lie. That is the
Yeah.
constant in my life at the moment. I have been
It's
up
a good point.
and down.
It's a really
and
good
all
point, Diane.
around. And if you need to know anything about me, my big 3, I'm a Capricorn, Sun, Cancer, Moon, Aries rising.
Yeah.
So
wow.
I'm a cardinal girly, cardinal placements. So apparently,
go ahead.
The full moon
apparently,
that we
I've never been on live television before.
The full moon that we just went through highly affects cardinal placements. So.
Okay, so she's the main character.
I am the main character.
I'm just the sidekick.
You are. And like I said, the only thing that's really been getting me through this is how fucking insane Love Island USA is. And if you aren't watching.
Yes. You need to watch. And we talked about this a few episodes ago that we are Love Island UK devout stans.
You know this.
Australia, I think, is Love Island Australia. I think it's fine. It's neither here nor there. But Love Island UK, almost thinking of getting it tattooed on my body. That's how passionate I feel about it. But Love Island USA,
want, a Molly May and Tommy Fury.
Yeah, and also little
Bambi.
baby Bambi,
on my
right
arm.
here, their little family. But we have been loving the Love Island USA season because this is only the 2nd season, right?
No, there's 6
of USA.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no. I just watched the one in 2020 in Vegas, which was, I thought it was horrible. I thought it was just not a good season at all. But this recent one, it's giving a lot of tea, which is great to just escape and just watch other people's reality.
I'm fully caught up. I'm at the point where I'm watching it every night.
Yeah, I'm not.
8 p.m.
Go ahead.
But I had to tell Soph. I was
she's yelling at me.
Well, a lot of people say in relationships, there's this quote that's circulating, and it's let go or be dragged.
I'm dragging.
And that's how I felt about her with Love Island. I said, I gotta let her go. Because if not, I'm going to be dragged, and I'm going to be watching it all over TikTok instead of me experiencing it
Well, sorry that I've been on my deathbed.
Okay, well, I know.
Should we talk about it
Fuck.
really quickly?
Hang on, my friend's calling me.
No, no. Who?
Ugh,
No,
damn it. Can I just
no,
Okay.
because we have to get through
I
this.
know.
You
I
have a
know.
meeting. Like,
Oh
we've
my god, I
got
just haven't talked to her
shit.
in months.
I know, of course, she's
Noelle,
calling
if
the
you
one
watch this,
time.
I love you so, so, so much.
We love you, Noel. But I have been on my deathbed the past week because I got a bee sting last Friday and had like a pretty bad reaction to it, developed cellulitis, which is actually like kind of scary. It could
It
get into
is.
your
I'm not
bloodstream
smiling.
and it's not good. If anything gets in your bloodstream, you're, cooked. So I ended up developing cellulitis, really crazy swelling, tight skin, really burning hot to the touch. My whole leg was pretty much swollen up to my knee. And now I'm on antibiotics for it. So I'm fine. But that was brutal. Like,
That
usually you're able to
yeah,
walk these stings off, but
that
this
knocked you out.
knocked me out. So apologies
We're
for
here
not catching
now.
up
Well,
on Love
okay,
Island.
relax. You've got nothing to do. You had all the time in the world to catch up. Like I said,
I
let
know,
go
I
or
did.
be dragged.
I'm
And I'm
dragging.
sorry, I stand by
She's
it.
dragging me.
Well, this is the thing. I'm going out of town this weekend. Sophia has every opportunity
Yeah,
to
I
catch
do.
up. And I
Yeah,
told her, I said, this
it's a
goes
lot of
for you.
pressure.
If you get ahead of me, don't let me drag you.
I'm dragging your ass. I don't know if I'm getting the quote.
You're not getting
No,
the
I'm
quote.
not. You guys, I can't think straight right now.
I don't know. Do you need me to do this episode
No,
by myself?
Chooch is gonna just. My name is Tabitha, and I'm taking over.
I'm
Who
taking
watched Tabitha
over.
taking over? Oh my god, that's when life was good.
Oh
Like
my god,
Kitchen
accents.
Nightmares, Bar Rescue, Tabitha
The
take
salon
over, the salon
takeover.
takeover.
Yeah.
That's when life was good. That's when I didn't have a worry in the world.
And we actually popped on a couple episodes of Home Extreme Makeover Home
Oh,
Edition last week.
the nostalgia. I was so into that
What?
show as a kid.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
And I think we collectively
yeah.
forgot about the people and the characters
Yes, in
that those
the
designers and
designer.
architects, like
Yeah,
those yeah.
we love them. That was like a piece of my heart. The
I know
nostalgia
it
was
was.
good.
That was like a Sunday night thing with
Yeah,
family.
that was
It
good.
was. It was
It
an
was
every
great.
Sunday night, you know.
We all watched it together and came
That.
together to watch Extreme Home Makeover
And you had to wait every week
every
until you got
week.
a new episode.
Yeah,
And that's
patience was a virtue
oh
last
my god, I think
that back then.
everyone's, you know, levels were pretty
Stable.
stable. I mean, this was during like the housing market crash in like
Right. Those
2008.
are my favorite
So
videos when it's like the kids are playing like Rock Band or Guitar Hero and it's like me when my parents were going through a divorce and the housing market was crashing in
it's like
2008. Yeah. Cuz that's right. Like we were Rock Band.
we were rock
We
band.
were a Rock
We
Band
were.
family.
We were.
I was on the drum set. I don't know what you were doing. I played
Guitar.
alone.
Yeah,
Guitar?
guitar.
The guitar?
The guitar.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was a good guitar. I was really good and like my
Oh.
favorite was that
Wait,
little
go off.
thing like, you know, when you would like
And it was like,
"Meow."
yeah.
I don't know what those are called. We're not musicians, but
No. Well, I mean, we did Rock Band, so I mean, I guess you could say that like we kind of are
I
musicians.
don't
We
know.
should have added that to our resume.
We should.
Okay. Well,
Do we get rock band?
I don't think they sell it anymore. There's no way that Rock Band's still around.
You know when the rock band used to have their own setup in Best Buy
Oh,
that people could
I thought
like
that was the best.
go and like try it out.
That's the same era of Extreme Home Makeover.
It is.
Like
No, in today's kids will never know.
they will never understand.
I feel so bad.
Yeah, that's a huge miss because that
Whatever.
shaped me into who I am today.
Here we are.
All right, let's get into the Bestie Tales. We've got some really good ones today. Thank you for sharing some crazy stories. Here we go. All right. You asked for a crazy jaw-dropping story, and I think I have one. So back in April of 2021, COVID restrictions had just been lifted. I had graduated college in December, and I was living with my parents and decided I was ready to go into the dating world. I downloaded Tinder and Bumble and matched with a guy who I was like, yeah, let's go on a date. There were some red flags prior, but naive old me was like, fine. He was annoyed I wasn't picking a place for the first date and was kind of rude about it, but he finally picked a location. So I'm driving to the date. It's a park conveniently close to his apartment. And we're walking around and chatting, and my gut was telling me to get away. We were conversing about how he paid off his loans, he had a decent job, car salesman, and was ready to settle down. He asked if the area I grew up in was ideal for a family, which took me off guard, and then made a comment about how he wanted dogs in the future, but only if his future wife took care of them mainly. Now, dumb 22-year-old me, when he asked to go back to his apartment stupidly, said sure, even though I wanted to run away. I called my friend and told her what was happening, and it was like, if I don't call in 15 to 20, call me. So we're at his place sitting on his couch. We make out, nothing more, and also a terrible kisser. And when he tries to move to the bedroom, I stand my ground and say no, which he was annoyed with, but we continue to talk. He starts saying, you need to come back tomorrow and we can cook dinner together. And he starts asking about foods I don't like. I go, yeah, I'm not a fan of mushrooms. To which he replied, oh, that makes sense. They resemble the texture of human flesh. The way in which I was like, I gotta go and get out. He walked me to my car, then texted me saying he enjoyed his time and liked me, wanted to pursue things. I texted no and blocked him. To this day, my friends and I say it potentially escaped a murder. It's giving like true crime. It's giving morbid crime junkie. That is not okay.
It's also
Not
giving
okay.
a lesson that when
Yes.
there's a red flag and a
At the
gut
beginning.
feeling that something's off, don't do anything about it.
Don't do it.
Don't do any. Nope, we're not
Don't-
curious here.
No.
What?
We don't need to fix him.
We don't.
We're not curious.
We're not here.
No. That's a no. That's a hard no, you guys. We always say this, but nothing is stronger than a woman's sixth sense. You have to,
Oh
like,
my
have to
God.
listen to that. It's okay to say no. No is a full sentence. It's okay to say no. And it's better to be rude and weird and save your own life than to feel bad and sorry and just go with the flow because you don't want to make another person upset. Who gives a shit? You know? That's really
The
scary.
chances
though.
of you ever seeing this person ever again.
Zilch. Like,
Slim.
that is, if I ever heard that, oh my God, I would be so scared.
No,
I would be
I would just-
so
yeah.
uncomfortable and scared. Like, who says that? Now I'm never eating mushrooms again. Good thing you have an allergy to them. Like, how weird is that? Yeah. Okay. Wait. What was that? Just hot girls have allergies to shrooms. Period.
Hated that. But girl, my face was grimacing the entire
that was
time during
scary.
that story. Glad you're here with us. You
Yes.
genuinely lived to type out this tale,
Thank God.
and we appreciate it.
And we appreciate you sharing that because I'm scared.
Hopefully, your gut is just leading your decisions.
Yes.
And you should trust it.
Yeah. Hopefully after this, you're listening to your gut. Okay, here we go.
All right. Hi, bestie. Just one.
Just one. Just one bestie.
Just one.
Just one of us. Pick one.
Okay.
Pick your favorite, Zimmy or Chooch. Pick your favorite showdown.
Okay, so sorry. Hey, besties. This isn't a dating story, but y'all needed something funny, so I figured I'd share my most embarrassing thing to happen to me a few weeks ago. I haven't had my cycle in a while, and when it came, it was a crime scene in my pants for 5 days, and it was awful. Been there. It was so heavy, I basically had to wear a diaper to bed because my tampaloonie just wasn't going to cut it. Obviously, when you're on your period, you're a little bit more gassy than usual, or at least I am.
Oh, yeah.
And I guess I tooted in my sleep and accidentally shit myself.
Also been there.
We do know.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Mind you, I live with my boyfriend and 3 dogs. He kept saying the dogs smelled bad in the morning, and I agreed. Little did I know it was me with the smelly ass. So at the ripe age of 26, I shit myself and can confidently say to never trust a fart.
Don't do it.
You can't do it.
Don't trust the fart ever. Like everybody should just be ripping it over a toilet just to be safe. We've all done that, you guys. Like
Poor
hot girls
thing.
shit their pants sometimes.
Shit.
Like we can't help it. I am way more gassy during. I feel like that's so common when
It
you're
is
on your
super
period.
common. I feel
Period
like it
poops,
totally is.
period farts. That's totally normal. We are all there. That's really funny though. I haven't
Thanks,
shit
girl.
myself
Honestly,
in a minute.
we go from potential murder, shitting themselves. What else
We're
do we have
rolling.
in the
We're
books
rolling. Are you guys ready
today?
for the next one? Okay. One of my craziest dating stories happened 3 years ago during the summer. I decided that I was going to start dating again and got on Hinge. I matched with a guy that seemed great. He was a bit older. He was 30 years old and I was 25 at the time. I liked that because I liked men that acted mature, and that's the vibe he gave off from his pictures. Our date went great, but I knew I wasn't super into him halfway through the date. When he texted me later that week to ask me to go out for a second date, I kindly replied, letting him know that I didn't feel a romantic connection between us. I don't remember the exact words I said, but I do remember being kind about it. That's when he completely completely lost it on me. He said that he actually didn't see me in a romantic way at all, more like a sister. I was like, okay, haha. I don't remember if I responded to him or not. I might have just left it at that. 30 minutes later, he sent me another message saying that he's a professional makeup artist and that my face makeup didn't match my face and that he's only letting me know because he's looking out for me. I was kind of hurt, so I left him on red. 2 hours later, he sent me another text and said, oh, and you can lose 10 pounds too. I was shocked and hurt. I hate that this is the shit we have to go through as women. My whole life, I received comments about my weight, and I couldn't believe that I was getting that once again. It made me so mad. All my girlfriends sent him poop emojis. I knew I looked great and that he's just butthurt, so I didn't give it much thought, but it infuriated me to hear comments like that as a woman. Honestly, his behavior makes me laugh to this day. He acted like a fool. Love you guys in your podcast. First of all, why, like, if men have one thing, say it with me, it's the audacity.
Oh, you know what I always say? The
They,
craziest men find audacity where there is not an
absolutely
ounce
none.
of it to be found. They
None.
fucking find it. I have no idea. I
Crazy.
Oh man.
I'm sorry that he said that though, because when anybody makes a comment about anybody's weight, doesn't matter, male, female, it's so offensive.
It's
But
so bad.
especially when it's like an insecure, tiny little man. He seems very small. He's giving Napoleon, he's giving
He's
tiny,
giving
tiny little ween, you know?
yeah.
And when men act like that and they get so insecure that they have to drag you down, and he's like quadruple texting you,
To
so
be honest, like
embarrassing.
it's so embarrassing, but I'm glad you can look back and laugh
Yeah.
because it's funny.
Yeah.
Like, when you think about someone that is exerting that much energy and, like, trying to be like, "Yeah, I fucking told her," and it's like 2
Yeah.
hours later, it's like, "Ooh, I thought of another dig." It's like,
Yeah. What?
what are you, like, psyching yourself up in the mirror to,
Yeah.
like, send these texts?
Yeah,
Like,
weird.
I'm like,
Ew.
"I
Like,
don't
what's going
know."
on his end of the phone? Like,
You know,
so weird. But I love how your friend sent all poop emojis. That's
honestly,
hilarious.
good friends
It's a good
there.
friend group. That's a really good friend group. Those are the friends I want in my life. But that's like, just like, man, why do they fucking do that? Like,
I
ugh. Well, we know why. We know why. I mean, they're like insecure. They
insecure,
want to
there's
deflect.
a
They want to make themselves feel better because they got rejected.
I
God
don't
forbid a man
know.
gets rejected. What is he going to do? Say your makeup doesn't match your face and that comment
Maybe he
about your
has
weight?
things that he needs to explore on his end.
You know what I'm thinking? His makeup probably doesn't match his face. And
That's what I'm thinking.
it's like a reflection, you
Yeah.
know?
He said, "I
So
see myself
I see myself here and this is what I would
in
say to
the little
myself.
bit of a difference of shade right here."
Yeah, exactly. But we're sorry you went through that. And thank you for sharing.
All right, here we go. Hi, loves. First off, Sophia, I absolutely love all your content. I've been an Aura and Natural Cycles girly for about a year now, and
Mhm.
watching your videos last summer really made me feel confident in getting off birth control. Not only that, I just want to literally be your bestie. That's
Well,
so
we already
cute.
are.
We are
So
besties. Chooch, I love getting to know you from your chats on this podcast. Well, thank you. We are about the same age. I'll be 28 in November, and I struggled too with being single for a few years. I loved being single so much and got to experience living alone and all the independence that comes with it while killing it at my career, but it was hard to watch all my close friends get married and start having babies. I wanted to just let you know that I relate to you, and it can be hard when you're doubting when the one will show up. I met my current boyfriend just last August, and it was the type of love, confidence, and affection I have been waiting for. Your time is coming and the patience you're putting in to create your perfect man at the moment. You are such a dream girl. Oh my God, thank you. This is really sweet.
I know that's why I
This
picked
is
it for
this
you.
is really
I
nice.
know.
This is like a blind read, so I haven't pre-read any of these. I just
I
go in, so this
have.
is just like really nice.
Mm-hmm.
To get on with it, I just moved in with my boyfriend 2 weeks ago.
Woohoo.
Congratulations. We are super serious about each other and it made sense to rent a home together. He's seriously obsessed with me, so sweet, patient, hardworking, funny, outgoing, and just an all-around great guy. But I get fucking crazy on him, and it's
Mm.
even worse when I'm a week out from my period.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah, same. I feel like I struggle with picking my battles, and I've been so used to living alone for so long, it's hard to figure out how to share a space again. He isn't the cleanest and doesn't care about the things like looking cute and nice and tidy. Do you have any advice on how to be more chill during this transition? I know it'll get better, but we are already bickering, and my stubborn attitude is getting me nowhere. Help. Love, Kelsey.
We love you, Kelsey. I totally feel that. I think when it comes to moving in with a partner, and honestly, like anybody, but especially your partner, there's a big trial and error, like a big The first year is all about getting to know living with each other, because maybe you guys have been dating for a while and you slept at his place a lot, he slept at your place a lot, and it made you feel like, oh, it's going to be so easy when you move in together. Like you basically are with each other all the time. Maybe you sleep at his place every single day of the week. But when you go from that to creating your own space together, it changes everything. It totally does. And I think that it's fair to say that there's a huge period of time where you're trying to figure things out with each other, but you have to communicate everything with them and communicate it in a way that they're going to be able to receive it. Like men don't tend to read between the lines. And if you're saying things like, I don't get why you don't keep it nice and tidy and clean, then they don't like receive that. But when you say, like, hey, when you pick up the place and you see the dishes lying out or you see it a little messy, when you pick it up, that shows me love and it makes me feel so good, so much more relaxed and so much at peace. Like it helps me out. So when you see stuff that's laying around, if you could think of me and what I would feel like, maybe that can inspire you to want to kind of pick it up a little bit, knowing that it's going to make me happy. Then they're going to be like, oh, okay, that makes sense. Instead of just being like, why don't you pick it up? Like, I just don't get it. Just put it away. They don't get it. They don't get it, you know? So you can't just expect them to like read exactly what's going on in your mind. You have to straight up point A to point B very clearly communicate that with them exactly how you're feeling, and they're going to be able to receive it pretty well. They just want, and that's what Nash said. He's like, I just need you to tell me exactly what you want and exactly how you feel. So don't worry about that. And also, like, when you're in your luteal phase, it's just going to be that way. Like, you're just going to
No, like it
go,
is
oh,
like all bets are off, to be
yeah.
completely
Poor
honest.
Nash, we were both on it at the same time a
Well,
week and a
and
half
Nash,
ago.
God bless him. He's so freaking patient and
Yeah,
he's so nice and
he's
he
very
totally
sweet.
understands. I feel like you've done so well to communicate how,
We feel.
don't take anything personally during this week. I promise you.
Hmm.
It's just a phase.
Yeah.
Just a phase, mom. I had a large and in charge mental breakdown during mine
Yeah.
this past cycle.
Yes. Which is okay. It felt good. It was also full moon. I started my period
Full
on the full moon. You
moon.
were on it during the full
I had
moon.
started the day before.
We're one with the universe.
Uh, no, it's just like so crazy. Like men will never understand.
No, it's crazy.
Like
This girlhood experience.
it is a universal girlhood experience
Yeah.
to go through your luteal phase.
Yeah. And also communicating that to them in a way it's like, oh, well, I'm in my luteal phase. And you can't blame them and being like, well, you just don't understand how I feel. Like, you're not hormonal like me. Like, you don't get it. Of course they don't, you guys. Like, you can't, that's not
Mm-mm.
helpful in any kind of setting, right? You want to communicate effectively. So you can be like, okay, listen, I'm going to be starting my period in the next week, which means that like my temperament is usually a little up. I'm a little bit more irritable and sluggish and tired. I'm going to be at 10 to 20%. I need you to be at 90 to 80. I need you to kind of like pick up a little bit because I just like need your support during this time. And just know that anything that I say, don't take offense to it. I'm going to try my best to not be super hurtful or, you know, not be quick to go to the jug, which I usually am. My fuse is really short. But like letting them know that so they're not caught off guard, and when they leave one thing out or they misplace it and you take that and you just explode, because that's happened before where you're taking misplaced anger and one thing happens and that's where it
Mm-hmm.
just unloads and they're sitting there like, I literally put the TV remote in the wrong spot. I'm sorry. They will never, like, do you know what I mean? Like, to them, that's what they're thinking. But for us, it's so much deeper. So communicate that depth, like what you're feeling with them, and constant communication, like literally every single day. There shouldn't be a day that you go without talking about your feelings, how you're feeling throughout the day. How was your day? What does your next day look like? You know, if you want to start communicating your cycle to them, like, just every single day you guys should be communicating, catching up, and it's like a constant stream. It's not just like once a month or once a week. Every single day continue on that. But there is a big trial and error period of time, and that makes sense. And there
Yeah,
was
and
a
I
trial and
think
error
that
period of time when you just moved in too.
totally. And I think it's just communicating, and I think also like tag teaming things around the house
Mm-hmm.
is a great way to transition in. And I feel like you can find your like little niches of what you guys like to do to keep your space tidy.
Yeah.
And so like maybe making it a once a week, we would do
Mm-hmm.
a little Sunday reset.
Yeah.
Nash would put on his like
We'd all
earphones.
have
We
our
all have
headphones
our,
on.
and we're like, text if you need anything.
Mhm.
I'm taking this floor, you take this floor. We'll do laundry, we'll do this. Like
Yeah.
maybe make it like a just, I don't know, a little fun hobby for the two of you guys.
Yeah.
And then you can find out things. Then maybe be like, hey, do you mind taking the kitchen while I do the laundry? And then like that could allow you or him to build these kind of habits
Mhm. Yeah.
that could work really well.
Yeah.
So
And it's like a 2-for-1
I don't know.
special, you know?
Maybe try that.
Yeah, I love that. That's amazing. Good advice. Okay, this one's kind of long, you guys, so buckle up. Hi, I just submitted an entry but forgot one crucial detail, so I'm re entering. I really hope you read this one. It might be a long one, but here we go. I just moved across the country and met a guy at the gym. We were strictly friends for months, working out together almost every day. Then slowly we started hanging out more outside the gym, going to the beach, having game nights. I was helping him take care of his dog when he worked long hours, and I even slept over once, but nothing physical happened. We were hanging out 3 to 4 times a week, and he was cooking me dinner multiple times a week. This detail I left out the first time I submitted. We became very close and went on vacation together back to my hometown. He met my friends and family. We slept in the same bed all weekend, but still nothing physical. At first, I only saw him as a friend, but then his best friend told me he liked me and I should tell him how I feel because he would drop anything to be together. We got drunk one night and he confessed all of his feelings. Then he woke up the next morning and claimed he didn't remember. We got back from the trip and his mom was in town, so I met her and we spent a lot of time together. Then he had surgery and I took care of him all weekend and spent the night. We cuddled all night, but that's it. A few weeks later, one of my friends saw him on Hinge and only recognized him because he had a photo of us on there. I texted him about it and he told me sorry, he thought he cropped it and he would fix it. Then I decided I was going to tell him that I liked him since I had nothing to lose. He told me how amazing and perfect I am, the whole 9 yards, but that he only sees us as very close friends. Here's where it gets even crazier. About an hour later, I hadn't replied to his rejection text yet. I get in a car accident. I immediately panicked and called him. He dropped everything and rushed to pick me up. He took me back to his house, got me food, let me shower and wear his clothes, and spend the night because I was so shook up. We never spoke about the feelings conversation again. Fast forward a few weeks, he asked to take me to lunch and he tells me he got a girlfriend. He made it very clear he told her about our friendship and that we would still hang out one-on-one. He even said he wants to take me to a nice dinner to thank me for taking care of his dog. I'm not okay with that though, so I'd stopped texting him and reaching out to give myself space from that situation, but it's been an insane roller coaster to say the least. The saddest part about this all is that I know we've had talks about what we looked for in dating, and I know he had feelings for me, but he isn't ready to put in the work for a real relationship because he knows how high my standards are. So he decided to settle with someone that will accept the bare minimum, which I won't. He is also very insecure and cares what people think about him and their judgment on who he should be with because he's a big fitness guy on Instagram and he has a stereotype that he should be with a blonde model, which is literally insane to me. He started dating a girl, the best made very clear doesn't check any of his boxes, but he just didn't want to be single anymore. He is 100% settling, but I just wanted to detach completely and remove him from my life. Okay, that was the whole novel. Sorry, guys. I hope you see this. Wow. Men like that, men like that are the worst.
Me.
Yeah, no, like
Oh man.
it's
Okay.
where they like basically you're dating. Basically you're dating. You're hanging out 3 to 4 days a week. You're doing everything for him. He meets your family. All these things. It's progressing. His friend says, "Oh, he's got feelings for you. You
That's the
confess it
worst.
drunkenly.
It's literally the worst
Never
part.
talk about it again." Like those are emotionally immature men.
Mhm.
Okay? And it's hard. I can't imagine what it's like to date another influencer like that who's on Instagram. I'm not saying that they're like better or worse or whatever. I've never had that experience, but I'm sure it adds a whole level of like insecurities that come. Everybody's insecure, but when you put your life online, there's like a whole different thing. But men like that, like why are we doing that? And the fact that he still wanted to hang out one on one when he had a new girlfriend? No, no, like
No.
no. Do you have anything you want to say?
Well, I'm trying to like figure out what I do want to say. I think you're making the absolute right decision by
100%.
creating this space and
Yep.
distancing and cutting that off because oh, it is so shitty, that feeling. I hate the fact that his friends told you that he liked you. It's an absolute mindfuck when family and friends approach you and express how much their loved one likes you and cares about you, and it is a fucking mindfuck when they don't do anything about it. And you're like, okay, you can tell everyone else in your life, but you can't tell me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a
I don't know.
big,
And
big
the
no-no.
people that like treat you like a girlfriend but don't really like
Act
commit
on
to
it.
anything and act on anything, those are like boo boo people,
No.
like
Tomatoes.
tomato, so bad.
Yeah.
Also, anyone that is insecure and like feels like they should be with a certain type of person that does not match like
Mm-mm.
their internal standards and like what they have like boundary wise and their dream person, but it's like for the look.
What? It's time to
What are
grow
we
up.
doing?
What are we doing? It's not okay. That's
No,
not okay in any way, shape, or form. I'm glad that you see everything happens for a reason,
I don't
right? And
know.
like, I mean,
Like I
I'm
said
so glad that
earlier.
you're okay from the car accident, though. Let's get that
Okay, first
straight.
off, yeah.
That is so scary. Any kind of car accident, little or big, is extremely, extremely scary and will like fuck you up, give you a little PTSD while driving for a while, and totally understandable. But it's almost like a sign. I hate to say that, but it's almost like the universe was like, "Hey, whoa," he sends
No,
that
yeah.
that text where he's like, "Oh, I don't think that this is going to work out," type thing.
Mhm.
And then that happens. It's like you have to pay attention. I mean, hopefully, people don't get that text and then get in car
Get in
accidents.
wrecks or anything like
Okay,
that.
we're not saying that, but we're saying like a sign
There's
from the
just signs,
universe,
like,
could be
yeah.
little or big or whatever.
Like, that was a test maybe from the universe. Like, who are you gonna call in that moment after
Mhm.
just finding out this person actually doesn't care
True.
about you and doesn't want you and is now expressing, like, it's true what they say, never let a man tell you twice that he does not want you.
Oh,
100% do not do that. It save yourself the embarrassment, and that just might have been a situation where,
mm,
like, I'm super happy that you were okay and good enough to get up and walk away from that accident, but that's the universe just telling you, like, right there,
yeah.
then and there. And you'll be tested in so many different ways. 100%, you absolutely will. But
That
yeah,
really, you didn't see me, but I was freaking out over here when you said that. Don't, what was it? Say it again, louder for the people in the back.
never let a man tell you twice that he does not want you. And that's not like a it's not a thing. I have been there. I've done that where they say, "Oh, I don't want a relationship. I don't want to do this." And I stayed because I'm like, "Why wouldn't you want to be in a relationship with me?" I'm literally
I
like,
can fix him.
"I can the I can fix him." No, you can't. Walk away.
Walk away. You walk
Walk away.
away. Yeah, that's tough. But we are so glad that you're moving forward from this.
I said it at the beginning of the episode, let go or be dragged. This man would have dragged you. Straight up.
He would have dragged your
This
ass.
is where
Yep.
that quote is like applicable.
Yeah, we are recircling it back to the beginning of the episode because we are so good at what we do.
We are.
We are such good podcasters. Like,
I
look at
know,
us.
this
Like,
is so
context clues.
fun.
Like, we're dropping little hints and we're like tying it together. We can't
So
help it.
happy.
Like, we just can't help it.
Go ahead.
No, yeah, it makes me feel good when we do that. Like, it makes me feel like I'm just like,
It's you know what? You know what that felt like?
what did it feel like?
When you had to write essays.
I was literally just thinking that. We're both
Okay.
journalism majors, so I'm like, it's
And so we
fixing
like
my
start off
journalism
and we're like, how do we pull back in that, that intro paragraph? You need to grab
something
the
from it.
reader by the balls.
Yep.
Okay. And or the tits, whatever it is.
Yeah. I'm
Grab it.
probably going for the tits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or the jugular.
Or the jug. Oh, I'm going right for the jug.
And then all of a sudden you just have this perfect sentence at the end that just ties it all together. And it's like, hey, remember that intro that just
Yeah. Mic drop. Boom.
let go or be dragged.
Well, lucky for you, we have one more story. So
Okay, very exciting. Here we go. Okay, help. My ex-boyfriend and I have been broken up for about 2 years now. We haven't had much communication since, but recently I've been having many thoughts about him and would love to reconnect. I know he isn't the person I want to be with forever, but I really miss the relationship we had and would love to see him again. Do I reach out and ask him to go out for drinks, or do I push through these thoughts? We hardly have talked in the past 2 years and live very separate lives, but for some reason I still feel a connection to him. Help. I don't know what to do in this situation. Love you guys. Thanks in advance.
what would you do?
Okay,
What would Chooch do? WWCD.
WWCD. Here we go. Okay, I've talked about this before. The self-awareness sentence in every story that you guys submit is hands down my favorite. We're just going to dive into it. I know he isn't the person I want to be with forever, but I really miss the relationship we had and would love to see him again. Okay, ask yourself this question. What would seeing him, like, do for you? Is that to maybe your ego just needs a little bit of fluffing, maybe you need, like, reassurance that he is still kind of in the corner, in the parking lot, in your pocket, like, whatever analogy you guys use, what would seeing him do for you? Just you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Is that I feel like
totally.
that's the first question you need to ask yourself is, "I genuinely miss this person. I want to catch up with him as a friend. There's nothing sexual. There's
Mhm.
nothing that." If that's how you feel deep down, that's great. It sounds like you miss the relationship that you had, so you might be in a situation where you're just craving that kind of
Yeah.
feeling, and
Mhm.
I'm not entirely sure if that's, like,
The best idea.
the best foundation of
Yeah.
reaching out to this person.
Yes. Because, I mean, a lot of the times when you look back at relationships, you miss the idea of the relationship because when you're in
Totally.
a relationship that doesn't work out, that maybe is toxic, that's just not fulfilling and not a healthy relationship, you create this idea in your head of how you want the relationship to be and
Mhm.
look. And then even though that's not the reality of what's going on, it's an unhealthy relationship or it's just not a fulfilling relationship, but you make up this idea where it's like, I'm going to pick out the best parts in him and the best parts in our relationship and that's what's going to keep me going. And then when you look back, sometimes that's all you see and you forget about all of the not healthy or not fulfilling parts of that relationship. And there's always a space where you always felt comfortable with that person enough to be in a relationship with them, and it's like you miss those parts of it, but don't forget
Yeah,
about the whole picture. And I'm not
totally.
saying like think about the bad and all the shit they did to you, but it's important to think about the entire picture, the good and the bad
Yeah,
together, and ask yourself, what am I going to get out of this? What do I want to get out of this? Because
totally.
sometimes I feel like you're fully healed from a relationship when you genuinely don't give a shit how you think they feel about you. Because when you end a
Yeah,
relationship, you're so concerned with like, do they still love me? Do they still think about me? Did they
totally.
delete all of our pictures together? Do they look through the pictures? Do they
Read
listen
our
to the
old texts,
soundtrack
like,
that
do
we made together? Do they read our old and you think about, are they still thinking of me and do they still love me? Do they still care about me? That is a really tough thing because you just don't know. You don't know. You're sitting there and you're like, are they thinking of me? Are they stalking my social media? Are they, or are they completely, they don't give a shit about me and they're just on their own? And that's kind of like, maybe that's what you're wanting. You're wanting to see if they still care about you
Mhm,
to like fix this, to like fill this little part of yourself that's a
totally.
part of yourself that could be filled by yourself. You don't need them to fill that up, you
Yeah.
know?
So, yeah, I would just I mean, you've already said it that you don't want to be with this person, you don't see them in your
Mhm.
future. I think, like, what would you get out of going to see
Yeah.
them? You know, if you're not there to, like, rekindle and, like, "No, this is my person, like, I
Yep.
want forever with them," it's now or never, like, I gotta, like, reach out
Mhm.
to him and try to rekindle this. If you know that that isn't the thing, then I think that your intention behind it would just be to kind of serve that, that
Fulfilling.
place in you that is missing the idea of a relationship.
Yep.
And like Soph said, I think
Y-
filling your time with things that are on your
Mhm.
kind of own path is
Yeah.
probably best.
Yeah, and with the good people that you want in your life. Totally. Well, that's all we got. It was a little short and
It was a short
sweet,
and sweet one today.
which we needed because
Yeah, it's been a
I
tough
feel like
week.
we said that last time too, but our last Bestie Tales was a few weeks ago.
I
I don't
know,
know. I don't
like,
know, you guys.
we're getting back in the swing of
We're hopping
things.
back on the
We're here.
horse.
We're
Yeah.
doing it.
Yeah. Any advice you want to leave the besties with
Yeah,
for
I don't
this?
know. Yeah, you guys, like, we've been like, wah, wah.
Yeah. I need to catch up on Love Island though. I need you guys to watch Love Island
Totally.
USA. Start it.
Yeah, please do.
It's a fun start
It's a
to the
fun little
season
watch.
2. This start of this season is different than all Love Islands, like UK, US. Like the
Mhm.
way they started it was very different, which I actually really liked. And it's a lot faster pace. Like bombshells are coming in within the first 24 hours,
Yeah,
which we
yeah,
love that, right? Which I
totally.
feel like the older episodes, it didn't come in for like 2 weeks. It felt like
No, they
forever.
always drop a bomb, like, the
No,
first,
like
like, couple
4 days
episodes.
though. Yeah, but they dropped one within the first, like, 24 hours, which is a
Yeah.
slay. which is amazing, you know? So, anywho, we love you guys. We're going to be doing a giveaway soon because we hit 1K
On YouTube?
on YouTube.
That's
Kind of
so
crazy.
exciting.
If you guys are listening to the bod,
to the
bod,
bod.
I still can't
The
speak.
Bestie Chats
The Bestie Chats
bod.
bod. If you're listening to the Bestie Chats podcast, some of these episodes you can watch on YouTube. Did you know that? So go check out our YouTube. We just hit 1K. We're trying to finalize. We want the giveaway to be amazing because we love you guys so much. And hitting 1,000 on YouTube is just like, we're like, oh my God, so fun. We just love doing this.
This is such a fun community.
Such a fun community. So we're finalizing the giveaway and everything. We're really excited. It's going to be a really good one, but we so appreciate you guys being here, hanging out with us, sharing your stories. Like, keep sending in your bestie tales, you guys. I know we have like a ton more to still get to, but we so appreciate you guys sharing your stories with us and allowing us to share them for you, you know, because I feel like this just creates such a safe space and a little bit of a community. And just know that you're never, the feeling that you're feeling right now, you're not alone in that feeling. Like, so many other people are going through it too. And we love you guys. And that's all. That's all we got. But I guess we'll talk to you soon. Bye.